If you've watched my video on the power of leadership and why it's crucial for a small business leader, you will understand that aiming for the pinnacle or level 5 of leadership, as per John Maxwell's book, Levels of Leadership, is really going to level up your business and your potential. I've linked the video on the screen if you want to go back and watch it and then come back to this video, where I'm going to share the easy steps to move from level 1 leader, where you just have the title, to level 5, where you're really at the pinnacle of leadership. If you're a small business owner or managing a business, this is the area where you want to be. This is where you're getting growth from your business, growth from your people, and you're at the absolute pinnacle of your leadership success. So let's start with level 1. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about what level 1 is, because I already shared that in my previous video. But level 1 is basically where maybe you've started a company and you're the director or founder, or you've taken over a small business and you're the manager. You hold the title of leader or manager or director, and everyone is just doing what you say because you're the boss. People who stay in level 1 really lean on the title to get what they want out of people. Because of this, they lack the influence to motivate, inspire, and direct their team. However, this doesn't mean that level 1 leaders can't grow into great leaders. As they begin to foster and build trusting relationships with their team, they will quickly find themselves moving into level 2 of leadership. To help move from level 1 to level 2, the first thing you need to do is really focus on building your emotional intelligence. 90% of top performers have high emotional intelligence. The ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions is really crucial in leadership. I've linked a great book in the description, which is Emotional Intelligence 2.0. It helps with identifying where you are currently at with your emotional intelligence and how to build it. I've been in leadership for 17 years, and I have definitely utilized this book and other tools to help build my own emotional intelligence. I know that I'll never be finished developing as a leader, and these are the things that really help me. The other thing that you need to be aware of as a level 1 leader if you want to transform is about situational leadership. This is adapting to individuals' needs. So you have an understanding that people differ in not only their ability to do, but their will to do things. So it's your ability to be able to motivate people to do that based on the individuals that you have. Another part is having weekly one-on-ones with your team members. I talk about this in my video on leadership coaching, which is really invaluable to really building your team, and I've linked it on the screen. The other part is regular communication of appreciation and positive feedback. You're practicing being a coach who can provide positive and constructive feedback to your team. You are also not afraid to ask for feedback about your leadership too. Unlike level 1 leaders, level 2 leaders have the employee buy-in. So they've worked to develop those strong relationships and have built that nuance around dealing with individuals to engage and motivate them, as well as managing your own emotions as a leader. Shifting from level 1 to level 2 is an important milestone. It demonstrates that someone has the drive and capacity to potentially be a level 5 leader, but it's not enough to be a well-liked level 2 leader. Positive results and outcomes are also important, especially if you own your own business and you want to see your business grow. To move into the 3rd level of the 5 levels of leadership, you need to be focusing on communicating a really clear vision to your team. You're discussing key performance indicators that are helping you all work together to get this vision achieved. You've got the structure in place to manage that too, with clear deadlines and a plan. So it could be that you have tools that are tracking a project and they're providing the key milestones of what you're going to achieve when, and everybody understands it. You're also delegating out the tasks and things that you need to be done amongst your team, because you know you can't do everything. And you've built that relationship with your team so that you know where their skill sets lie and what they can do best. You're also not afraid to take people out to do planning days and strategy days so that you can continue to communicate and build on that vision so that you are actually genuinely working on it together. And you're not seeing that time as time out or time wasted. You actually know the value of it to keep your team together. Now for level 3, Maxwell writes that there's 2 types of leaders in the business community. Those who produce results and those who provide the reasons why they can't. Level 3 produce results. They're heavily focused on mapping out positive outcomes using their accepted leadership title. They are studying leadership and different styles and adopting strategies to motivate people and inspire them. As a result, these leaders are inspirational. They motivate people and they're excellent communicators. Yet at this stage for level 3, they're not yet developing leaders, which is what will take them to the next phase of leadership. To begin developing level 4 leadership skills, you need to start thinking about serving your team rather than directing them. This is about prioritizing the growth and development of others. Developing some sort of structure or program around doing this is quite important, especially for a business. Now, you might be thinking, hey, I'm a really small business and I'm not employing any other leaders right now. Well, I'd ask just think about that a little bit in terms of long term. Are you looking to grow your business bigger? Do you want somebody else to be able to 2IC you when you're not there? This is all really important stuff for developing those people. Because if you invest in those people that you've hired carefully and considered about their long term in the company, then you're going with somebody who's a known quantity. You're able to go with somebody and build somebody into the leader that you need them to be in your specific industry. It is a real advantage to be able to develop your leaders as they come through. And it could be that they come through the door in an admin role and then build up into a leadership role. They're usually the best kind of loyal leaders too. I myself find it one of the most rewarding parts of leadership, growing and developing people into leadership. The other thing that's important for level 4 is investing in the lives of your team. So this is about outlining plans for promotions, discussing your employees' dreams and goals and what they really want to achieve, and then being able to give them guidance on how to get there and helping them with the tools that they need. This is again really great coaching. The other part to move into a level 4 leader is again that real delegation. It's digging deep. It's making it really easy for you to delegate your work because you have a team and you have people that you're looking at as developing into leaders. So then you're able to use what you're doing as an opportunity for them to learn and grow. Right, so you've moved from level 3 to level 4. So for Maxwell's levels of leadership, he states that leaders are measured not by their own caliber of leadership, but by the caliber of the leaders that they develop. This is why it's really important for level 4 leaders to be really assessing who they're developing into leaders and who they're bringing into their business. It's once again that hiring process. Do I really want to spend time and money and effort in developing this person into a leader or into being the best team member that they can? Am I thinking about the long-term implications of hiring, not just trying to fill a gap quickly? And if the answer is no, then they don't make those hires. So some steps to help you work from a level 4 leader into a level 5 leader is making that development of leaders a daily action. So it's actually blocking out time so you're actually mentoring these people. The other thing you need to consider is that it is a long process to get to level 5. It takes years to build up a legacy of having developed leaders into leadership roles and then developing those that are in leadership roles into really great leaders. You really need to have a reason as to why you're trying to do it to drive you, because it is such a long process. So what would drive you to want people to be the best leader that they could possibly be and help develop your team? What effect is it having on your business, your life, the life of your clients or customers? Why does developing other leaders matter? That stuff has got to be in the foundation of what you're trying to achieve. It's also really important that you're keeping track of the development of your team. So you have a mechanism to actually be able to tick off things that they have done that really show that they're starting to level up. This encourages leaders to push forward, particularly when it's hard. If you're able to go, hey, you've already done this, that was amazing. And you've already taken all of those steps, and this is where you started, and look where you are now. So now let's work on this, this, and this. Level 5 leaders are rare. Maxwell states that it's what you do daily over time is what becomes your legacy. So this really is daily work. Building into a great leader isn't going to just happen. And once you're there, you're not there and on there. It's you're there and you're still doing it. You're still developing, you're still growing, you're still learning. So if you are there, how do you maintain it? Again, it is a daily thing. It is a lifestyle. It is not something that you can just pick up. You know, you've scheduled it once a month that you're going to look at it. It's the way that you operate daily. It's how you project yourself as a leader. It means that you've really got a clear vision and focus. You're not just leaning on what you've achieved. You're striving forward. You've got new goals. You've got new things that you want to do. You're always moving. And you're expanding your audience. So you're not leaving your leadership with just your industry or just your organization. You're actually stretching yourself out. You're being seen as a mentor to others in other organizations or other industries. You're releasing educational content on social media about your leadership and your skills. You're attending conferences, you're speaking at conferences, and you're still guiding and training your leaders in your own organization and seeing them grow and develop it too. So each of those levels, you don't just stay there. You have to earn your leadership, as it could go up and down at any time. You lose trust with your team and you're slipping right back down to level 1, where they're only doing what you say because you're the boss. It is a continual growth process. This means that no one's really finished with any of the levels. You're either working really hard to maintain where you're at level 5, or you're really striving to keep moving up the levels so that you can get to that pinnacle. John Maxwell also includes an assessment in his 5 levels of leadership, which I'm linking the book in the description below so that you can dig in more and really get a real feel for where you're at with your leadership and more detail on how you can move into those next levels. There is so much value in growing your leadership along with your business. I see them as really connected. I believe that a business will grow exponentially if you have great leadership within that business. They really work together. Give me your feedback in the comments on where you think you're at with your leadership and what steps you're going to take to get up to the next level. Thanks for watching.